Welcome back. It's me, Lou. I'm here for a special Star Wars vehicle unboxing. And today is July 23rd, 2024. And yesterday, I was at one of my local Meijer stores and I happened to pick this up. We have the Star Wars Micro Galaxy Squadron Ghost. So this box is enormous. It's probably about 14 inches by 4 inches. So it's huge. It does not fit underneath my camera. So I apologize in advance. This is going to be kind of cumbersome, trying to show the box. But the box proudly displays this vehicle, which is very eye-catching. It's probably the largest Micro Galaxy Squadron vehicle outside of the Millennium Falcon and the AT-AT. It features, if you can see it, let's see, 18 action features. This one comes included with 4 minifigs. We have Zeb, Kanan, Sabine, and Hera. And I think much like the Falcon, if you look in this corner here, it has activated lights and sounds. If you recall, the Micro Squadron, or the Micro Galaxy Squadron Millennium Falcon also had battery operated features. If you tipped it, it'd make certain noises, which was really cool. So this vehicle is currently available, at least for me locally, at Meijer and also Target stores. There is an Amazon exclusive, which I think is coming out maybe in September or October. And the Amazon exclusive, I think it's called the Ghost Squadron Secret Mission Pack. And that one's cool because it comes not only with the Ghost, but it comes with the Phantom 1, which plugs into docking port here, and also comes with 2 additional Y-wing fighters, which can plug into the side ports on both ends. So this one is different from the Amazon exclusive one because it just comes with the Ghost by itself, and it's also missing some of the other details because I think the Amazon exclusive has battle damaging on the front panels. Alright, so I'm going to attempt to flip the box over on its back. And here is the little cutout card, which is kind of like a fun blueprint if you're a kid, showing the overhead and front views of the vehicle. Here's some additional features on the front toward the canopy. There's the gunner station right there, and then there's the boarding ramp underneath it, which opens. One of the cool play features with the vehicle is that the top panels actually remove, exposing the small little crew quarters, the dining room area, and the halls. So, when you have the Y-wings ported into the sides, you can pretend the figures are, traversing towards the Y-wing. And just some up-close details. It has flip-out guns. Alright, so what are some of the other features? Lights and sounds. There's swiveling gun turrets, starfighter attachments on sides, removable panels. Alright, so I'm going to unbox this now, so just bear with me. This, like I said, this thing is gigantic. I'm very excited for this. So I did not back the HasLab crowdfunded Ghost vehicle. I thought it was amazing. It looked beautiful. The price point, it was a little steep for me. It wasn't outside of what I'm willing to spend, but at the same time, part of me was like, it's just so gigantic that I don't know where I'd put it. I'm kind of limited on space as it is because I have the giant Millennium Falcon from some years ago. My brother, he crowdfunded the Razor Crest, and that thing's a beast. And it's it's half the size of a dining room table. And, I can imagine the Ghost being the same deal. It's a dream vehicle of mine, but I just kind of wish it was a little bit smaller, the HasLab one. But, I think part of the lure is the fact that it's just so gigantic. Alright, so I'm going to attempt to take this out. I might have to do this off camera. Alright. Alright, just give me a moment. Alright, so I at least got the box out of the way, and we have the vehicle still in its plastic tray. It looks gorgeous. As you can see, this is incredibly detailed. Jazwares spared no expense. You know, there's a lot of panel lining, which looks gorgeous. You know, if you're like a Gunpla, Gundam modeler, this is something that'll probably, like, you know, bring tears to your eyes, because almost every panel looks like it's highlighted. You know, there's a nice weathering effect. You know, as you can see here, you know, it's not perfectly clean in some areas. It really captures the kind of like grizzled, battle-hardened look of the Ghost. Toward the back, you can see here is the docking port for the Phantom 1, which is also currently available. I haven't seen it in the wild yet. I've seen them on eBay, and the prices for that are like through the roof. You know, I've seen people selling them for like anywhere between $45 to $60. I love the Phantom 1, and I'm really hoping that they give us the Phantom 2 at some point in the near future. I also apologize, I forgot to bring batteries, so we're not going to be able to look at the sound and light activated features of this. Here are the minifigs, very small, as you can see right there. And just to give you an idea, I think these figures are about like maybe like an inch tall. Yeah, these are about an inch tall. And for a size comparison, just to give you an idea of the scope of how large this vehicle is, here's the Micro Galaxy Squadron Imperial Transport. You can see this thing gets dwarfed when it's near the Ghost. It's just gigantic. If you're an action figure collector, you know, here, this gives you an idea of the size. You know, here's a Marvel Legends figure next to it. This thing's gigantic. And let's take this out. Again, this might be a little bit kind of a clumsy operation. I'm very limited on my desk space, and this thing is just gigantic. So with it being late July, I'm seeing a lot of new Star Wars product on the shelves. I think there's a couple of other new Micro Galaxy Squadron vehicles available. I've seen that my Target's kind of refreshed the Star Wars section with some new stuff from Hasbro, which is cool. Great. Alright, bear with me. I'm going to pause this video for a second. I need to get this out. It's like stuck. It's like I said, this thing is like huge. So, alright, just give me a second. Alright, so I got it unboxed. And I forgot that at the bottom of the packaging is actually the instruction sheet. Alright, so we can take a look at the instruction manual real quick. We have the Ghost instruction manual. And here are the contents. We have Zeb, Kanan, Sabine, and Hera highlighted in this little corner. This thing takes 3 AAA batteries, which are inserted underneath. So the batteries are going to go right there in the battery compartment. And then here's the play features. There's a button here to activate, I think, the sounds. I think the sounds are also keyed into the or at least the sounds and lights are keyed to the turrets. Much like the Falcon, there's some motion activated features. So I think if you tilt the ship in different directions, it'll give you the different sound effects. Like there's acceleration, de-acceleration, depending on like if the ship's tipped upward or downward. If you go from side to side, more features are activated. Alright, so the additional play features, there's the front loading dock underneath the front gun turret. There's the top gun turret where the canopy opens and you can insert a figure. The top panels of the ship are removable, so you can expose the interior. Here's where the cockpit is. You lift the front up, and I believe you can hold 4 of the minifigs all right there. And then there's the crew quarters. It's kind of cool too because they label like whose room is what. Like the forward right room is Hera's, and next to her is Zeb. Opposite of Hera is Kanan, and adjacent to him is Sabine, and then you have the lounge toward the back. And then here's the additional features. There's a hidden engine room right there, which is cool. Oh, that's awesome. So underneath the lounge is a panel you can open, and then it's almost kind of like the Falcon, how there's that hidden port where they hide, and it looks like there's a similar thing here, the hidden engine room. Here are the landing gears. There's 3 of them. And then there's an astromech socket airlock attachment. Oh, so those are what those are. So on the side, you flip those out, and then those plug into the astromech stations for the Y-wing. So the Amazon exclusive has 2 Y-wings, and you can plug them into the sides. I think that was from the Rebels cartoon. I don't remember which episode specifically. And then here's the Phantom 1. You can plug it in toward the back. And that's all the play features. Alright, so let's take a look at this thing up close. Gorgeous looking vehicle. It's really something. Just look at it. The turret on the top. It can turn, and it feels kind of ratcheted a little, but it's a nice snug fit. It's not going to wobble around. Again, this thing opens as highlighted in the instruction manual, so you could put a minifig in there. And it doesn't close properly this way. I don't want to force it. But I opened it, but now it doesn't want to close. Alright, I'm not going to force it shut. But yeah, for some reason, once I got it open, it doesn't want to close. It looks like that front panel right here hits the control port, and it doesn't want to go in unless I force it. And I don't want to try to do that right now. Oh, there you go. Here's the front cockpit that opens. God, everything's just really tight. So exercise some caution. You don't want to force these things up, because everything, since it's so brand new, everything just kind of snaps into place. Like there's the tolerance here with the cockpit paneling here, and this side mount here. It's really tight, so it's kind of like you have to. It snaps into place, which is nice because it's not gonna want to open up so easily. But at the same time, it's kind of a chore. But here's the interior of the cockpit. Again, nicely detailed. It's a non-functioning door, but you have the impression of the door. There's four seats, so you can fit all the figures in the front. Oh, there's 5. You have the gunner station underneath, which is cool. And the gunner station does rotate here. This is like bumping into my light also. Let me close this back up. Alright, it's a tight fit, hard to shut. Alright, so you have the docking bay ramp right here, or the boarding ramp. It opens up. It's kind of hard to see underneath my camera, but there is some space in here, but it looks like it's on a ramp, so the characters wouldn't want to really, they probably couldn't stand inside of here. They're most likely to slide down due to the angle of the ramp in there. Shut that. Here's the battery compartment. You have the 3 landing gears is highlighted over here. They fold out. Again, everything is just really tight on mine. It doesn't want to. So everything's kind of fussy. It doesn't want to And I don't like the sound of that cracking noise every time I move things. But it feels like a durable plastic, but I just kind of wish that it was better engineered in the sense that everything didn't like feel like it was going to snap off when you tried moving it. So there's the landing gears, and here's a third one in the back, which is awesome. Again, very impressed with the detailing on the ship. Keep in mind, this is the underside of the ship, and the amount of detail is just as high on the underbelly as it is on the top. You know, I could see a lot of companies just being cheap and just painting the top of the ship, but here they went all out and just like highlighted and detailed everything. If you're a customizer, I'm sure there's some of you out there who are gonna go the extra distance and like, you know, maybe even light this thing up. But yeah, it's gorgeous. And let's take a look at the upper panel, which is removable. Alright, I'm trying to find the brake where it comes off. Alright, so for me, the easiest way to remove it is toward the back because you kind of have this lip here. So you can lift this up. Again, everything's very tight on this. If you have young ones, and you know this is a toy you get them, I'd suggest you know the early first playthroughs, you know, with your younger one, you kind of show them how to handle this thing properly because you know this is a pricier vehicle. I think it was like $60, and you don't want them accidentally breaking it. And it's like I said, some of these pieces are very tight, like lifting the cockpits and the landing gears. So you know you want to show your children how to properly you know operate this so they don't break stuff on the first day. It's nice that the top panels is all one solid piece. And here's the, again, crazy detail. Here's the underside. They didn't need to, but they went all out and washed and panel lined the entire ceiling of the interior. You know, kudos to Wicked Cool Toys Jazwares for doing that. It looks gorgeous. And for me, this is one of the big selling points. It's so, if I was a kid, I would have a field day playing with this. It's so cool. You know, they have each individual crew quarter. You know, we have Hera, Kanan, Zeb, and then Sabine's rooms. You have the semblance of like hallways. It's unfortunate that the doors don't open, but they give us so much as it is. It's just, this is a really beautiful piece. Man, that's crazy. They even went all out to even decorate the individual rooms. As you can see here, there's color graphics on the interior of the walls. And they're not stickers, which is awesome. Man, that's cool. So everyone's room is really individualized. Like Sabine, if you remember the show, she had a lot of graffiti in her room. And Sabine's quarters has the graffiti on it. This is gorgeous. This is a really, really fabulous vehicle. If you passed up on the HasLab crowdfunded one, this is definitely worth the purchase. Because that one you were looking at like what, like $400 or $500. This one hits the sweet spot at $60. I believe the Amazon exclusives might be $120, but that comes with 3 additional vehicles and more minifigs. But this is just awesome. The lounge area looks cool. You have the table, the booth, and then here's the hidden engine room. Again, very tight. There's a tab here, and I can't seem to lift it. Yeah, I don't want to. It's like this. Mine's like super tight. I have a feeling if I try forcing it, I might snap the tab. But it is there. Let me see if I could do it without breaking it. I don't want to. Yeah, I'm not going to force it. I don't know. I get kind of paranoid about this kind of stuff. And it does not want to... Yeah, this is too tight. This is going to snap if I try lifting it. But yeah, there's a hidden port right here. Hopefully, comment down below if you've got this vehicle. If you're able to get this open. Mine just feels really stiff. And I have a tendency because... to break things because of my strength. Because I used to like lift weights a lot in my when I was younger. So It's one of those things where I don't know my own strength. I was able to get it off, but be advised, it looks like I might have added a stress mark already on here. So the way I was able to manage to get this out is that instead of lifting it up directly straight on, I took the back end of a tweezer, snuck it underneath, and instead of lifting it forward, which might snap it, I kind of twisted it like this. And that's, well, applying pressure forward, and that seems to be able to force it out. And again, I'm kind of worried I might have added a stress mark underneath it. And there's the hidden engine room. And it's cool too because they even have the port, so you can kind of enter like the Jeffrey tube, if there was one. And it's cool also because if you're like curious about the inner workings of the ship and how everything moves around, this is kind of like the closest thing you'll get to like a cross section that you see in like those DK books. Because, you know, they give you all the little doors. Like here's probably the pantry. Here's a door probably goes to the engine room. Here's a ladder that could take you to the Phantom docking bay. And then here's the door for to enter the Phantom. So yeah, I can't recommend this enough. Beautiful, gorgeous vehicle. Again, if you did not back the crowdfunded Hasbro HasLab Ghost, this one is a steal at its price point. It's a gorgeous, beautiful display piece. And if you haven't bought any of the Micro Galaxy Squadron toys already, this might be your gateway drug. You know, there's a couple of these I have in my collection. I have the Falcon, I have the Imperial Transport, I have the U-Wing, and I'm such a big fan of the Star Wars vehicles that it's so easy to just like buy them all because they're very affordable. But for me, it's just like I said, it's a question of space because I have a lot of vehicles in the smaller 3 3/4 scale, and you know, the last thing I need to do is add another thing to my collection. But this is something that this is like a dream vehicle of mine. I always wanted this, and it's gorgeous. And the only downside is, like I said, a lot of these pieces, they're very stiff and hard to move. The quality control, it's kind of a mixed bag. You know, I didn't run into anything too detrimental. You know, the only thing is that some of these pieces just feel so tight that the amount of force that requires to get these things to operate, this kind of borderlines on scary because I'm always kind of worried I'm going to snap something off. But it's a gorgeous toy. You know, I can't recommend this enough. And just get it. You won't regret it. Easily one of the best purchases I've made this year in 2024 when it comes to like collecting Star Wars stuff. Alright, so this video is running a little bit long, but I just wanted to share this with you. It's amazing. If you see this in the wild, don't hesitate. Pull the trigger. Alright, so wrapping this up once again. Oh, here real quick. Here's a comparison next to the old, I think, what is this, Hot Wheels Ghost. So, like I said, this was always a dream vehicle of mine. And when this came out, it's like, at the time, this was the only way I could get the Ghost other than the little fold-out cardboard thing that came with the DVD. So, yeah, it's kind of cool. I have the little baby Ghost and then the big mama one right here. And I also have the Lego one too, the first release of the Lego one. But mine's kind of heavily modified because I bought it secondhand and it was missing some pieces, so I kind of had to redo it. And I kind of redesigned parts of it. I still need to get the new Lego Ghost, but it's a little bit too small for my taste. And being a Lego builder also, I might, you know, attempt to build my own version of the Ghost, you know, for a future Lego convention. Who knows? All right, so wrapping this one up, once again, my name is Lou. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning viewer or subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support. I greatly appreciate it. So until the next video, be safe, take care of yourself, buy lots of toys, and most importantly, be happy. And I'll see you at the next one. All right, later.